Yep.
We're doing the Incab inspection. Seatbelt is properly mounted secure. It's not ripped or frayed, adjusted, and latches properly. My fire extinguisher is located under my driver's seat and is fully charged. My 3 red reflector triangles, they're under the bunk. My spare electrical fuses are in the glove compartment. Now I'm going to perform the safe start. Pretend this is the stand of the manual truck. I have an automatic. I'm going to put in, make sure it's on neutral. Now, I'm going to clutch it and turn the key to the on position to check for my ABS light to come on and off. I pick to the trailer and I look over here. My ABS light came on and off, it's working properly. Now I'm gonna start the truck. Now I'm gonna check my gauges, my voltage. My alternator is charging between 13 and 14 volts. My water temperature gauge is rising to normal operating range. My oil pressure is rising to normal operating range. My air pressure gauge should build to govern a cutout between 120 and 125 psi. City horn, beep beep. Air horn, boom boom. Windshield mirrors, properly mounted secure, not cracks or breaks. There's no obstructions. My mirrors are in proper adjustment. Windshield wipers and washer, properly mounted secure and operate smoothly. The blades aren't cracked or dry rot. Now I'm gonna check my heater and defroster. I'm gonna pull the temperature all the way to the heat, and I'm gonna set it to the windshield and the floor. My heater and defroster is working properly. Now I'm gonna check my light indicators by pointing to it. Left turn signal, right turn signal, high beams, and my 4-way flashers. Now I'm gonna perform my parking brake test. First, I'm gonna set my trailer parking brake and release my tractor parking brake. I'm gonna put my transmission in the lowest gear and the third. And remember, you put it in the lowest gear, you don't touch it until you're done completely. Leave it there. It's in the lowest gear, but this is automatic. I gotta put it on the drive. So again, I'm gonna set my trailer parking brake, and I'm gonna release my tractor parking brake, and I'm gonna give it light third to make sure it holds. That's all you need. Now I'm gonna release my trailer parking brake, and I'm gonna set my tractor parking brake, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give it light third. That's all you need. And then you say my parking brakes are working properly. Now I'm gonna check my service brake by pulling forward to 5 miles per hour. Remember, it's already in gear. You don't touch it. 5 miles per hour. And I'm gonna slightly come to a stop to make sure it doesn't pull me to the left, to the right. Let's pretend I move. It didn't pull me to the left, to the right. That means my service brakes working properly. Now I'm gonna perform the air pressure test. I'm gonna leave my transmission in the lowest gear, which is whatever gear you choose. I suggest use the third one. That way you don't have to use the first one, go more further than you have to. Put on third, go a little bit, 5 miles per hour, slightly come to a stop. Service brake. As you can see, I still have my service brake on it. Now I'm gonna perform my air pressure test. I'm gonna turn off my truck, I'm gonna clutch it, because I already have it in the clutch to come to a stop. And then I'm gonna pull the key back to the on position. And then I'm gonna let go the clutch, and I'm gonna slightly let go the brake to make sure the gear holds on the truck. Again, it's automatic. We have a bumper there. Alright? Still going. There you go. Pretend the gear. My student is laughing back there. Pretend the gear is hard. You know, it's automatic transmission. It's on a gear, it's already thing. Now, you say, my air pressure must be at 120 or 125 psi. Now, I'm gonna fully hold on to my service brake all the way down for 1 minute to make sure I don't lose more than 4 psi while I listen for air leaks. Now you ask Mr. Samuel, can you time me when I tell you that my gauges have stabilized? Do it for 1 minute.
I'm trying to find it.
Again, when you press it all the way down, do not shake. If you hear something and you hear that, make sure you let the examiner know, Mr. Examiner, I would like to start all over. That way he knows that you know there was a problem. You lost air because you shake it. But again, put pressure all the way down and hold on to it until the examiner tells you time or it's done. And then you let go. Let's do it. Ready? Sorry, my student is looking for his clock. But he's gonna make me do it.
Make me do it.
This might be the Incab most thick. Come on, I should have been done.
Go ahead.
That's it?
I'll watch it, yeah.
Alright. So again, I'm gonna fully hold on all the way down my service brake for 1 minute while I listen for air leaks. So to make sure I don't lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute, Mr. Samuel, would you help me when I tell you that my gauges have stabilized?
Yes.
So now I press it all the way down. So see, I'm putting so much pressure on it all the way down. So if I feel like my legs getting tired, see, lift up. Because it's gonna be the longest minute in your life. Yeah, I can tell you that. See, I'm already getting weak. That was close. That guy almost hit that truck. Still. Damn. He almost gonna hit that truck again.
Okay.
See? But while you're doing that, make sure you stare at your gauges. I didn't lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. That means I don't got no air leak. Now, Mr. Samuel, I'm gonna keep pumping my service brake until my warning light and buzzer comes on and off. Comes on at or before 60 psi. You hear that? That's the buzzer. And the warning light came on. That means it's working properly because it came on before 60 psi. Now, Mr. Simon, I'm gonna keep pumping down my service brakes until my two protection valves pops out between 20 and 40 psi. Suggestion: you're looking at this, you better not blink until that thing pops out. And be careful, because that thing's gonna play tricks with you. You're gonna be looking at it, one is gonna pop out and the other one sometimes kind of moves or doesn't. So don't say you're done until those two pops out completely. But if you say you're done and one of them is still in, automatic fail. So when you're doing that, stare at it, look at it, make sure it comes out. Examiner, my 2 protection parking brake valves popped out between 20 and 40 psi. That means it's working properly. And this is where you sit down and think. Did you do everything right? You feel confident? You say, Mr. Examiner, that will complete my in-cab inspection. And that's where you pray that they say, good. And that's the in-cab for Prime Inc.